All right. I'm not even sure if I'm live on YouTube right now. This is an interesting day. Okay. I am not sure. I'm a little befuddled. All right. I'm here. And I started sharing, and maybe I'll be able to splice my little video together. And maybe that little rant was just for me, to share that when we feel disempowered, when we feel like there's no answers, no hope for us, when we feel like the doctor should be able to fix things, and we find out that they really can't, um, it can feel it can put us into feeling like we're victims, in victim mode, or just at a whim of fate, and that there's nothing we can do, and we need to just suck it up and accept the struggles in life. And I'm here to share that my experience and the experience of many others that I've seen, talked to, read about, and worked with is that that's just not true. So I'm here for three reasons. One, I want to offer you hope. Two, I want to offer you help in the way of tools, stories, resources, and just that little prod to not give up and to take your own power back in your wellness by um, taking steps, by being curious, by believing that answers can be found. They may come from very different places that you haven't yet explored. They may come from your Western medicine doctor. They may come from your inner knowing, and they may come from the resources that you invest your time and energy into. Okay? So I want to share today um, some of the resources that have been very helpful to me. If you're watching this, perhaps you're part of our Heart Nature tribe of essential oil members and customers and sharers, and empowerers in partnering with doTERRA. Perhaps you just started with a few essential oils, or you're considering essential oils and you're not sure what that looks like and how it could be useful to you. So I'm going to share a little of my story and the resources that are so helpful to me, and invite you to trust that answers are out there, that you can have the wisdom and the experience and trust that as you explore things, you're going to find answers for yourself and for others. And that's just a beautiful, exciting, empowering thing, especially if, like me, you have been in situations where you've been told there are no answers and no solutions to your challenge, or you've watched those you've loved suffering or struggling with pain or with challenges in the body or mind that have been difficult, or just accepted as this is the way it is. So when I first started with essential oils, I had already been exploring other tools and resources because, as I shared earlier, Western medicine had told me multiple times with multiple specialists, there is nothing we can do for you. You need to live with what you have, and if it gets bad enough, we'll go one step further and we'll give you surgery or chemo or drugs that will shut your systems down. I didn't want those answers, so I started exploring. And at that point, the internet had become a thing. So it's easier to find other answers, other voices saying that this or that could be helpful. Now we have to be discerning because there's a million different answers out there, right? But I want to encourage you to tune into your inner knowing, because you do have wisdom and discernment. Look to the source, look to what their motives might be, whatever you can discern. And if you don't feel good about it, move on. And when you find things that just kind of ping or they just light up for you, be curious and explore. Because I'm here to tell you there are answers out there. I am closer to 50 than 40. And when I was in my 20s, I felt like I was 80. And when I got my blood work done in my 20s, they said, you have the blood of an 80-year-old. So I'm here to tell you it can get better. And just because you might be getting older doesn't mean your health has to continue to decline or that it's not going to be able to get better. Our bodies are incredibly resilient. And given the things that they need, both physically, emotionally, energetically, they can do amazing things. It's crazy and awesome. So just hold on to that hope if you're in a situation or if you know someone who's really struggling. Moving on, I want to share some resources. I started with nutrition. I started with removing things from my diet that didn't serve. And that was a game changer for me because it's something that's, it seems like it might be hard, but when your other options are surgery or chemo and removing dairy and wheat and gluten from your diet is the other option, it's not hard. And when I did it, my body changed, my mind cleared up, the pain and the fatigue dissipated. So it's not hard for me to stay off of those things. I miss it sometimes, it's inconvenient sometimes, but I have my life back because of it. So I want to encourage you to explore nutrition. Second, I worked with my body. I began gentle restorative yoga to make friends with a body that I had disconnected from and I had basically given up on. So I started to learn to listen to it and discover its wisdom and its needs and be patient with it. And as I did so and added movement and added understanding, my body changed, and it changed fairly rapidly. That's a beautiful thing too. It's not necessarily as hard as we think, and it's not something that has to be done with force and willpower and pressure. It can be done with gentle, restorative love and connection. So keep that in mind. Next, I explored essential oils. And that's where we are here, and probably why you've connected with me. And I started with the essential oils for emotional support for my family, and that was huge. And I'm so grateful to my friend Rosie who introduced me to the oils because she also gave me a book. It looked like this. It's an older version of it, but it was this modern essentials book. And I bring that up because having bottles in our home doesn't make things better. I bought Bach flower essences as well. I have them. I do believe that they have benefits to our bodies, but I have yet to learn how to use them. So on the whole, they sit in their box. And if you have oils and they're sitting in their box, they're not helping you. And you have a treasure trove. It's like someone, maybe kind of like Harry Potter, right? He was living under the staircase, getting the scraps of his cousin Dudley's food, clothing, nothing, like just barely surviving. And when Hagrid came and got him and took him to Gringotts, I think, the Goblin Bank, he had a thing full of gold. He had everything he needed. He had always had everything he needed. It was his. And so when you have oils in your home, when you have a doTERRA wholesale customer account, you have access to a treasure trove of gold. Even if you only have 3 or 4 bottles, The beautiful gift of essential oils is that they are versatile. They are not a isolate of one little component that does one thing to your body. They are a beautiful synergy of compounds that a plant created that supports that plant's life in a myriad of ways. So if you take your simple bottle of lavender and you start to get to know it, you explore it, you research it, you just Google lavender, what do I do with it? Or have a book like this and look lavender up. I'm going to do that right now. Holy cow, there's 3 pages of lavender. Here's all the different ways that it can be useful. Here's the chemistry, the ways it's been used, and 2 full pages of research studies. So in the lavender research studies, it talks about anxiety and sleep, stress, analgesic properties, anticonvulsant properties, antifungal properties, anti-inflammatory properties, antimicrobial properties, anti-mutagenic, anti-tumor, sedative, moving on, asthma, headaches, bronchitis, high blood pressure, insects, mental clarity, dysmenorrhea, blood pressure, insomnia, and these are research studies. So I'm not telling you that lavender does all these things. I'm telling you that if you go and you do some research on that one bottle you have, you will find that there are probably several things you're experiencing in your life, whether it's difficulty sleeping or itchy eyes or stress or other things that you, your children, your pets may be experiencing that bottle that you have already can help with. Let that sink in. You have a tool at your disposal. And because perhaps you don't know how to use it, it's like that gold in Gringotts that Harry didn't have access to because he didn't know it existed and he didn't have the code. So today, I know I'm talking for a while here, but I really want to drive this home. Take control of your life by accessing the resources that are available to you. And little by little, get to know your bottles. Get to know what other essential oils might be best used for your home and your family. And set your family and you free, okay? I'm not here to say that they fix everything. They don't. They are a tool, but they are a powerful, versatile tool. When you eat an orange, when you have a green smoothie, it doesn't do just one thing in your body, right? It nourishes all your cells. The components of vitamin C and D and whatever else is in that smoothie support all different systems in your body, support your brain function, your blood sugar, everything else. Oils work in that way too, where they support multiple systems. They help our bodies in multiple functions because of their diverse and complex chemistry that our bodies know what to do with. So, yes, I'm ranting a little because I love you guys. All right, so Modern Essentials book, amazing resource. Essential Life book, another amazing resource. How do you get these? You can get them on the internet. You can go to aromatools.com or other places. You can Google Essential Life book and it'll come up for purchase. If you're connected to me, I have a stash of them in my closet because I love to be able to empower people. And I sell them to people for what I paid for it so that you can be empowered. Now, in the books, we have the section like I shared with you about the lavender. Here's the way it looks in the Essential Life book, which is a little different. less researchy, more just focused to the point and kind of colorful, but still has that same kind of information of different issues that it can be useful for and how to use it. Each book also has a section like this where you can look up specific topics and issues. Hypothermia, incontinence, infertility, inflammation, and you can learn first what some of the top oils will be and whether they're best used topically, aromatically, or internally. You can see what body systems are involved in that. And then what I love about these books, especially the Essential Life one, is there's another section on body systems. So if you know that it's the digestive system that needs support, there's a section on it, and it has which are the top oils that help, what are some specific remedies such as recipes of essential oil blends and protocols and other things like the nutritional things I've mentioned to you and such that are helpful. So you can literally become educated on how your oils can support whatever is coming up in your life. In the very back, there are lifestyle sections. There's information on how do you blend and layer it, where to put it, how to cook with it. And then something I really appreciate as well, there's this oils property chart. And it has every oil listed along with different properties that the chemistry of these oils supports, such as analgesic, aphrodisiac, allergenic, antitoxic, antispasmodic, decongestant, deodorant, detoxifier. And you can look and say, okay, I need to detoxify. I'm feeling like, you know, my body's full of toxins. Which oils are best going to support that? And you can go to this chart, look under the detoxifier and find the oils that support it. And then look in your stash of oils and see which of those oils match, right? We found some really beautiful solutions for people by doing this type of research and finding what's going to support their body with whatever issue or whatever property. Maybe it's the antispasmodic and we need to relax things. We can see which oils are going to benefit and support that, and then which ones they have or which ones they might want to order. So really valuable tool. Now, if you are not like me or you can't get the book, Google. You can Google anything. Rachel Hollis says everything she ever learned, she learned from Professor Google or something like that. You can go online, type in whatever challenge you're facing, and I would add essential oils and doTERRA, because if you don't add doTERRA, you may get information from sources that are not working with these pure essential oils, and they're going to give you different information. Also note, if you are not using doTERRA essential oils, anything I'm sharing is not necessarily going to apply. And the reason for that is that 80% to 86% of essential oils that have been tested on the market by third parties, like the Aromatic Plant Research Center, and there's a consumer group that tests randomly. They purchase from different essential oil companies and test for purity and potency. 80% are not what they say they are. They're not what is going to therapeutically work in the body. So this is all for doTERRA oils, which do come back pure and potent. And doTERRA is really serious about making sure that that continues. And yeah, so enough about that. I want to give you a couple other, so I talked a minute about Google. I'm going to come back to a website that I want to show you, but I want to give you a couple other book resources that have been very useful to me. I also want to caution you If you love to learn and if you just enjoy researching, that's awesome. And learning something alone will not change your life. There are PhDs, there are people who know it all who aren't using what they know. So I would much rather, and I've seen people who have a limited knowledge of essential oils, but use the recipes and tools that they have, and they're experiencing profound benefits in their life and body and with their children and their pets, versus someone who spent years reading about it and has all the oils in their home and doesn't apply that knowledge to their lives. Ange Peters did a recent podcast webinar about essential oils and about the new products. And I love what she said. She's like, you can read about these, but you need to take it one step further, or you can, and if you want to experience benefits from it, take it one step further and look at how you can integrate it into your life, okay? I understand that we all have incredibly busy and overwhelmed lives, right? And if I say you need to go get a PhD, you need to have all these books, you need to do all this research, right? It's big. You may be like, oh my gosh, can't do it. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to like fumble through life and whatever. So I want to encourage you, and this is how I did it. When I was first introduced to oils, I was exhausted. I couldn't pick my daughter up. She was 3 because I was too weak. And I was barely holding my little family together, taking care of the finances and the kids and my health and their health while my husband worked really long hours with an hour commute each way. So I get it. And what I did was I had my little book and I kept it in the bathroom next to my toothbrush. And in the morning, when I was brushing my teeth, and at night, when I was brushing my teeth, I flipped it open. Yes, I know. I don't know why brushing my teeth was the time I could study, but it worked for me. So pick your time. I opened my book to an oil that I already had, and I said, okay, let me see if I can learn one more little thing about this oil. And then later that day or the next day, I would try it. And I had as many failures as successes. I put oils in my daughter's bath that was like, she's like, oh, it's Bernie. I didn't know she was sensitive to rosemary oil, but I had learned enough to know that if our skin gets sensitive, we just put carrier oil on it and it takes care of it. So I had her get up out of the tub, put it on, right? So you learn by your mistakes. They're not devastating, life-altering mistakes. It's just, trial and error. So please consider the word play when you're using your oils, as long as you remember the power of them and that you're playing with one drop and you have carrier around and you're exploring, being curious about what that can do and different ways you can use it. I learned by sharing that information with others, and then their expertise, their great experience taught me something. It was a slow process of trying one thing, reading one thing, doing one thing, and then building on it. And now, like, people are like, Dawn, you're like fluent in oils. I'm like, right, because I live and breathe it, because I see how it makes my body feel. My body tells me a lot about oils and what to use and how to use it. And so I just want to encourage you to start, right? And when you read about an oil and you're like, oh, that could help my itchy eyes, then have that oil available in your bathroom or in your purse or wherever it is that you experience those itchy eyes, and pull it out and do a little swipe and see what happens. Success begets success. So trying something and experiencing a success It's like, oh my gosh, it gives hope. And it also lets you know, or gives you that question of, well, if it can do this, what else can it do? How else can my body be supported with these oils? So I really want to encourage you to engage in that and create routines, integrate it into your daily life so that it's not this additional heavy layer of one more thing you have to attend to. But as you put it next to your coffee and you take your supplement or you use your oil when you're making your coffee, or in your bathroom when you're washing your face, you apply the oils that are going to dress and support you emotionally and physically. It becomes a part of your daily routine to where you don't even think about it. Like riding a bike, like making your coffee or tea in the morning, it just happens because it's just part of what you do. Okay, a few other resources. The tools like Aromatools or the Oil Life websites have great books and resources as well. And I am not a fan of just purchasing things to purchase them or having a shelf full of books that I never open. But when people ask me over and over about a specific topic, I want to be informed about it. Or when I have a certain area that I'm working in, I want to have the resources that are going to help me better understand it. So I'm going to just quickly show you some of my top resources and then a website that I want you to just enjoy. Okay, this is Essential Oils for Maternity. I love this resource. So anyone who's dealing with infertility, with pregnancy and how to support pregnancy, childbirth, postpartum, emotional and physical, which oils are going to be best for that precious time in those bodies. If you work with those kind of people or you are that person, this is an amazing resource. You can see how tattered it is that I use it all the time because I want to make sure that I'm giving good information there. This book I use all the time as well, Emotions and Essential Oils, because when you smell an essential oil, you know it makes a change to your emotional state. It can support that. And each oil has its own precious gifts in the ways it supports us emotionally. And I use this book all the time. I'll do an entire class on how I use it. Desiree Mengdag, she has a couple of books, I Am Fabulous and I Am Worthy, where she creates blends and helps support you in emotional processing and in supporting yourself emotionally in very specific targeted ways with groups of oils. So if that's something that would serve you, that's an awesome one. The Aroma Touch Technique, being certified in it and teaching it is one of my favorite things. Using the oils topically on those we love in a very nurturing, almost massagey type way is so powerful. So there's Aroma Touch and there's Symphony of the Cells. This is an older copy of the Symphony of the Cells book. And what it does is it has lists of essential oils that you apply in a layered fashion, one after the other, so that the energy of those oils, the gifts and the chemistry of those oils go into the body one layer at a time, supporting the body in really beautiful ways. When I do my research for people on what works to support this issue or that issue or this body, I often find people recommending and saying that doing Symphony of the Cells protocols or Aroma Touch, in addition to the other things that they do on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis with difficult situations, profoundly supports the person. So I invite you to explore that. It's not complicated. You're just layering oils and can really be transformative. A few others that if you like the idea of chemistry, if you are a biochemist or really just enjoy the science of it, my friend and mentor PJ Hanks has this book and a newer version. Essential Oils Unlocked, which dives deep into the chemistry of each oil so that you can understand more why these things work. And then when you're thinking of oils, if that's the way your brain works, then you can choose oils based on, I have this that needs support. I know this chemistry profile supports it. I can use these oils to do that. Kind of cool. This is a really cool book from Ava Schneider on oils and yoga. So if you want to incorporate oils with your physical body, it's a beautiful way to care for yourself. She has specific issues A to Z and different poses that can help, along with specific oils that are supportive. And so this, I really like this as a nice, simple way to just begin to see how you can integrate oils, physical body movement and care with a challenge or an outcome that you're looking for. So let me take you quickly to a website that I really invite you to explore. Oh, okay. We'll do that one soon. Oh my. Okay, I'm gonna try this share again so that I get you to the right spot. All right, here's our YouTube channel. You can learn a lot here. And we're gonna share more and more every week. But that's not really what I wanted to take you to. I do want you to know it exists. Type in Heart Nature with Dawn and subscribe. This is just a couple of videos. If you look here, we've got, and I hope that this is sharing. Let me make sure that this is sharing the right page so that you're seeing that. Okay. All right. I think we're sharing. Look at all what we have so far, right? We have immune support, women's health, animals in my brain, which is emotional support for our children, which is such a powerful class, business training, toxins in skincare, specials on little oils, green cleaning, aroma touch, women's wellness again, back to school oils. We are just going to continue to add value here. Let's move over to this Source to You website. There is so much here that can inspire you and also support you as you become empowered to take care of your own health and wellness. So let me just orient you to this page, and then I invite you to just go there anytime you're sitting in your car or you're just like scrolling Facebook, like scoot over to this site and get some inspiration rather than just like that Facebook scroll thing, right? Okay, so what I love about this is they have it designed as a journey, and they take you through the growers, all about the people on the ground in all around the world, and why and how they source their oils. This is powerful and super important, especially if you're still kind of wondering, well, why doTERRA? Why can't I just get the oils that are at the grocery store or the vitamin shop or whatever? Here's some reasons why. So check it out. There's little videos that are really beautiful. Second are the distillers about how these oils are made. I love the transparency here. Third is the scientists and who they are, what they're doing, who doTERRA is partnering with around the world. It's amazing because in the past, essential oils have been kind of this fringy thing, almost like new age, like woo-woo, whatever. Pretty smells is what people have thought of them, when the reality is they are profound chemistry, powerful, that interact in our bodies in ways that medication has tried to mimic, right? So take that in. Medication has tried to mimic what essential oils and plants have been doing for us for millennia. And what these scientists are doing is the research that has long been needed to better understand how these oils work and support this, and how they are most effective in our bodies. What dosage, how frequently. They're doing the research on this and finding answers that support and that can help Western medicine understand how to help people in using oils effectively. So this is happening. It's amazing. It is a game changer. Practitioners are the medical partnerships. And then this is the part I want you to tap into if you are newer to oils, or you're just like overwhelmed and you're like, I don't even know where to start. Like, what do I do? Where do I start? So let's start there with you. And I'm trying to get there. Okay, here we go. You discover more. Whoop. So here we have, I love the way they've set this up. Discovering solutions that work for you. So if you don't know where to start, you don't have a book, you're like, I don't even know. Start here. Start with you at Source to You. And you can look at, these are the top issues. When I ask people what they need help with, everybody knows they need more self-care. They need better quality sleep. We need to move and exercise and manage our weight in a healthy way. We need help with our moods. And so you can click on the topic and they're going to give you some beginning places to start. Bedtime for kids. Here's our top products. So you can choose where to start. Maybe you already have lavender. Maybe you're like, what would be a useful addition to the lavender? Go here, click on one, and then again, as Anne shared, how do we integrate this? How do we take that lavender bottle that we have and use it to support sleep? Here are some really beautiful, easy examples. Keep it in your kids' room on the shelf next to the bedtime stories and the nightlight. Put a drop on their pillow, maybe a drop in their bath water at bedtime, or diffusing an hour before bedtime. Massage your child's feet with the oils. Maybe make a bedtime tea. Okay, so these are simple things you can do. Creating a good bedtime routine, so they're helping you integrate it into little shifts that you can make. And then they've got some little videos here that you can watch on the go, along with links to more information. So do you see the beauty here? We're starting with you. We're starting with, what are our wellness topics? We're choosing one. And then once we choose our topic, we're choosing one support, one way to integrate it, and build on that. This is a beautiful way to do this. All right, let's go back. Oh, back again. They have very specific links to support us in our bodies. And I apologize for like the slowness of my sweet computer. Look, energy and motivation. Who wants a little more of that? Again, simple, some top products. Some you may already have, some you may want to learn more about. How to use it, where to use it. A little bit more about those, some videos to help, and links to other places to keep learning. Your mind, oils that are going to help. It's set up the same way. And your well-being, then your home. So let's skip ahead to the home because I want you to be able to go and test these out yourself. This is an amazing resource. Boosting the immune system with top products. The On Guard line, you can learn more. Frankincense, Lifelong Vitality. Now, here's some tips. How to use it daily, how to integrate it into your life. Supporting your immune system, healthy function, and some different videos here to building upon that. And you can go to doTERRA.com and you will find a whole lot more where this came from. Because doTERRA, like me, which is why I choose to partner with them, they're passionate about these oils not just being purchased and making their way into your home and sitting on a shelf looking pretty. Because for them and for me, it's not about us making a buck off of you. It's about these oils and the understanding of how to use them, where it changes your life. And that brings us joy. And we know it's also good business, because if it's changing your life, you are going to continue using it. I don't want you to purchase oils that you're not going to use. I want you to know how they are going to make a difference in your life. And I want you to experience that difference so that you, like me, can go from feeling a victim, maybe feeling hopeless or like you just have to suffer with whatever is going on, to empowered and curious and excited about the things you are learning, the changes you're experiencing, until you get to the point where you can't help but help other people with it too. That's my greatest desire, because as I share this with you, as you start to share it in your own life and live it, then you can then take that and help somebody else. And that is exciting. I hope that this video has inspired you. I hope that you've stuck with me through my ramblings, and that it's useful, and that you go and you make a commitment to yourself to invest in your wellness by researching, by using websites, by using books, by opening your bottles and trying things out. And know that we are here for you. If you have questions and you just want somebody to hold your hand a little bit, or give you some ideas of how to get started on using those oils, or have a fresh pair of eyes on your situation and your stash of oils and how they can work together, we are here. That's why you get a wholesale customer account, so that you are connected to people like me who are excited to do research with you, to brainstorm with you, to help you learn to integrate it into your life and experience the solutions and support that you're looking for. So don't be afraid to reach out in our Facebook groups, on our YouTube channel, to us in person. We delight in supporting you. Have a fabulous day. I'm going to tune back in just a minute, and we're going to be talking about sharing this with other people and how doTERRA's designed it so that you can be set up to earn income by doing this thing, okay, of helping other people as you've helped yourself. So start with helping yourself and living a wellness lifestyle, and know that as you're finding solutions, you can start helping others, and you don't have to have all the answers. None of us do, but we do have each other to ask and support and learn with, so that we can grow this body of knowledge and share one another's experiences, so that we can move forward and create more wellness, a wave of wellness in this world. So have a great day.